Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Wednesday, September 10th. Gonna be a pretty fast one today as it is just me. Jeannie is at an appointment this morning. All is fine. She has a haircut. We need to prepare for Quilt Talk with Michelle Burrett and Gail Cram. Just remember, it is sampler day. How to pick correct fabrics, colors, etc. Will be a great Quilt Talk. That starts at 10:30. Also keep in mind Michelle is off this week, and we will not have Michelle until next week. Jeannie should be here by probably 10:30. She just won't be available until then. Some updates this week. We are and we will do our giveaway tomorrow. I said something to Jeannie this morning about doing our giveaway today, and she's like, it's prepared, but it's always more fun to do the giveaway when Jeannie's around. So we're going to do the giveaway for last week's question tomorrow, which also means that you have a day. If you haven't answered last week's question, you can always go back and do that after the live stream, or even during our live stream today. Go back and answer the question from Friday to be part of that giveaway. OESD's pumpkins are up. People had asked about that yesterday. Jeannie got that up and onto the website last night. So if that's something that you're looking for, you can find that on our website today. Enchanted and Comfort and Joy should be here either late this week or early next week. And the reality is we're expecting them on Friday, and the way that it has seemed to work shipping wise, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get it until Tuesday. At the same time, it means if it comes on Friday, we may not get it until 1 or 2 o'clock on Friday anyways. So those will go out next week. I'm announcing that not just to let you know that they're coming, but if you have a standing order, but have also purchased Enchanted or Comfort and Joy, Enchanted Winter or Comfort and Joy, then we may wait to ship your items until next week to try to combine shipping, and try to save you some money on shipping. It's been a while since we've mentioned this, but if you're at all new to us, I think at this point we're like 8,300 or 8,400 subscribers. Like, the channel keeps growing. We're continuously meeting new people. If you are new to us, we discount almost everything. And so as a result, we don't do free shipping. A lot of times people will ask, at what level do you do free shipping? Given that most of our product is already discounted, we don't do that. But what we will do is refund the extra shipping. So our algorithm is pretty conservative on shipping, meaning we try not to lose money to shipping. But when the like if you pay $10 and it's $6 to ship, and we'll always try to keep it reasonable, we'll refund you that difference. So very commonly you'll see a couple of dollars in refund once we ship a product. And that just helps us cover the cost of shipping, because we try to keep this stuff totally reasonable for you guys. And with the pre-orders, especially when we know that a pre-order is coming, we do our best to combine that shipping and refund that shipping to you. Not a ton to talk about today. We actually have a lot to do. We're preparing for those brother sale items to arrive. We do have the Americana pillow sew along with Karen Bowl. Like, that's this pillow. And that is tomorrow between 10:30 and 2:30. And then Jeannie has the Welcome Friends sew along. I think she talked about that, but that's this sew along. Will be happening on YouTube on Friday. Beyond that, I don't think we have a ton to talk about. If you have any questions for me, you can ask them now. I can try to answer them for you. A little unprepared for a technical conversation. I should have mentioned it yesterday, but Jeannie was thinking she didn't need a haircut. So I thought we were going to have both of us here this morning, but if anybody has a technical question, feel free to ask. And beyond that, I am going to get to work. She just had a haircut this morning. Is there a pre-class prep for Karen for that Americana pillow? You're asking the wrong person. I have no idea. I think there's probably quite a bit of cutting involved, but like if you'd signed up for it, then there is a supply list that was sent out for you. Let's see. Yeah, it says, please have all your fabric cut per the instructions. We'll be making pillow 1. Label each cut for easy reference. I added SF101 to all the background and applique pieces. I did not add SF101 to any of the sashing pieces. So there's no pre-video, but there are those instructions. Cindy Kakatani asks, how to compensate on the Aanir for projector positioning. This works, the projector, because it's off to the left, depending upon the thickness of your fabric, is the higher your fabric is, the more it moves to the left. Brother is aware of this, and quite frankly, I don't know what that solution's going to be. Their focus really has been getting the software right. Having said that, the best thing to do is just push down on the fabric. So, you have the large image, but the reality is what you're looking for is like joints and really where the needle's going to come down or where things are going to start. And it's funny because Jeannie at one point pulled me aside. Well, didn't pull me aside. This happened at home, but she's like, I did this on the Luminaire too. It wasn't as offset, but basically she would push down on the fabric at those joints to push the fabric flat against the bed of the machine. And when you do that, the projector is pretty much right on. Jeannie, like as we were talking about the projector, Jeannie was kind of like, yeah, the projector's off, but it's like it works just like the Luminaire, and I haven't had any problems with it. If you weren't doing that with your Luminaire, then it's not a habit. But I think Jeannie was already doing that with her Luminaire, and so she was already in the habit of doing it. But that's how you compensate, is just take what's in your hoop, assuming you're in your hoop. Guidelines are a little bit of a different thing, but guidelines, same idea. You want to flatten things out. And it does sound like there might be like almost like something physical that brother does for the guidelines, but basically you just want to push it down and flatten it. And then the projector is pretty much right on. After last update for their Aanir, are there any remaining known issues? We had a really weird class after the last update, in that our store machine was pretty buggy. Jeannie's machine at home, no issues. Now we have 2 people on the machine in the store, or 3 people or 4 people. Like, we do classes on that one. And one of the instructions that we're always given when we see these bugs is to default the machine. And so the fact that I have 2 machines, both running 1.1, that we're having issues, says to me the machine in the store probably needs to be defaulted. Jeannie's comment was she hasn't really done a lot to change her settings on the machine at home. And it's rare for her to have issues on the machine at home. So now, having said that, are there any known issues? I don't know. The word from brother, and this like directly from Charles, is that they're not hearing much from other dealers at this point. Like, the majority of the bigger issues with the Aanir do appear to have been addressed. We are noisier about issues on the Aanir than basically anybody. But when Charles was here, we were doing some stuff and showing Charles how we were using Design Center. And it was like well beyond what they were doing in brother education. And he was like, this is why you guys are seeing more issues. You guys, our customers that learned from Jeannie and Michelle, you're kind of super users and you're pushing the limits on the machine. Like, you're working in detail that most people are not. And so, like, is the Aanir perfect right now? I'm not going to tell you it is. I don't think it is. And it's funny because I've told brother, like, when they get it right, and this is the thing, like, we have brother's commitment that they're going to get it right. I have not been a brother dealer long enough to go through their last snafu, but there was a snafu with the Quattro a number of years ago. And the reality is it took them a little while. And then the Quattro is what set brother on their tear in the embroidery world. Like, they just dominate the embroidery world. But there were a couple of things that needed to get ironed out. So I have full faith that brother's going to get it right. And quite frankly, when I feel like it's totally right, you'll hear that from us. So are there any known issues? I don't think that there's like significant known issues at this point. Like, are we still seeing some stuff that we don't want to see? Yeah, we're still seeing that. I haven't used my luminaires for 4 months. Should I do anything since it sat for a while? I was sick. I'm sorry to hear you weren't feeling well. I would, if it literally sat for 4 months, it's not a bad idea to service it, especially if you're like in the middle of your service interval. it can be hard on a machine to sit. We live in a very dry area, and stuff dries out. Lubrication, like everything else, is affected by gravity, and you can get some like rough spots. You get like galvanic corrosion where you have metal on metal, you have mineral development, and lubrication keeps that from happening by essentially providing a protective coating. So on it, if it works, you're probably fine, but like in a perfect world, you might consider service. Yes, you can delete the previous owner's Wi-Fi settings. Let's see. What's funny, Asulia, is when you popped up, I was like, oh, there's a name I haven't seen for a while. It may have just been that you've been quiet and on the live streams, but let's see. A lot of us in the class were having the same problems in class. You know, we had people that had issues. We had people that had no issues. So, and that was one of the things that we heard from the engineers when they were here. And that is that, you know, one of the things that they're working to figure out is why machines behave differently. And let's see, default means reset to factory settings. So yes, there's a default in your settings screens. Like you'll have to reset your language and your clock and stuff like that. There's a default in diagnostics, which is a place that we can go that I don't recommend customers go. And that goes a little deeper. Generally speaking, they want us to default in diagnostics. And it's funny because I've had machines doing really quirky stuff that people come in, we reset the default, reset the language, reset the clock, and then their problem is gone. Did she get the kits ready for the little bag with letters? You're asking the wrong person, Marsha. I really have no idea. So yeah, hopefully that answers the questions that you guys have. I am going to go get to work. So I hope all is well. And we will see you tomorrow. We will do our giveaway tomorrow. When Jeannie is back, she said it was on the desk, but there's so much stuff on the desk. I don't even know what's here. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Stay tuned for Quilt Talk at 10:30. And